In this presentation, I'm going to talk about the NWCG standards used by the GISS. The two standards used by the GISS are the Standards for Geospatial Operations, also known as GeoOps, and the GISS Workflow. The National Wildfire Coordinating Group, NWCG, provides national leadership for wildfire operations among federal, state, local, tribal, and territorial partners. NWCG's main purpose is to establish standards for wildfire incidents. The GISS, Geographic Information System Specialist position, is an NWCG Incident Command System position and must follow NWCG standards. This is the main page of NWCG. To get there, you can type nwcg.gov or you can Google it and it's the first page to pop up. From this landing page, you can access all ICS positions, all NWCG publications, and many other things, as you can see. From the NWCG webpage, there are a couple ways to find the standards used by the GISS. Under Positions, you can go to the Position Catalog and search for the GISS position. Or under Publications, you can go to the Publication Catalog and search by a publication name or number. I've already done a quick search on the GISS position. This is the main page of the GISS position. Over on the left, you can see standards and references. And here they are. As you can see by the Publication Management System numbering, GeoOps is PMS 936, and the GISS workflow is 936-1. GeoOps is the main standard, and the workflow is the implementation guide of that standard. Or in other words, GeoOps is the what, and the GISS workflow is the how. Prior to the development of these two web publications, the GISS position followed GSTOP, which you may have heard of. Breaking GSTOP into two pieces and converting to web publications has given us the ability to keep them current annually or even more as needed. They are designed to be used online, but pages can of course be printed as well. This lesson will go on to look into GeoOps further to help you understand each piece and how the standards in GeoOps are vital to GISS operations. In this course, you will learn about both publications and you will use the GISS workflow for 3 incidents: Ninco Creek, Telegraph, and Lone Mesa. In Unit 2, we will introduce you to the GISS workflow, and then you will take a deeper dive into actually using the workflow more in Units 3 through 10. Let's briefly take a look at the workflow now to lay the groundwork for navigation and use as a tool for the class and for GISS assignments. This is the main page of the workflow, and here is the workflow diagram. This diagram is a great way to get your head around the components of the GISS workflow. It's a cyclical workflow, as you can see. The data preparation piece is typically only done once on an incident. It is critical that the data prep component is done well so you can set yourself up for success when moving on to the other pieces of the workflow, which will be done more than once. Editing data happens one or more times in an operational period, and the pieces that flow after that step will then be repeated as well. For S341, you will only prepare data once for each incident, but you will edit the data more than once and move on to complete the other steps of the workflow each time. This diagram is helpful for you to look at to help you understand what you're doing before you actually dive in and get going. And if you scroll down on that main page, using the color coding in the workflow diagram here, data prep being pink, editing incident data being green, updating the master GDB is purple, creating the maps and digital products is yellow, and then backup and sharing is blue. Scrolling down on the main page, you can see that for each of those components, color-coded is an expanded version of what actually will be happening during each step. So for data preparation, these are the steps in order that you will take during that process. During editing incident data, these are the steps that you will take in order, and so on. Also on that main page, you can quickly take a look at the left panel here and see that each component of the workflow diagram is expanded over here on the left. Data preparation, edit incident data, update the master, create the maps, and backup and sharing. So by expanding each section on the left, you can see all of the subcomponents and sub-steps for that workflow process. So the GISS workflow page is designed in a way to help you easily follow those steps and sub-steps in order. As you get more familiar with the workflow, you'll be able to search for a piece you're looking for or something you're stuck on during the class or on an incident. Once you expand each section on the left and click on it, so in this example, I am on Gather Incident Information, you can see that all the steps are also listed here in order. Reason for this is we don't want you to get lost in where you are, especially if you get interrupted. So if you're at the step of creating an offline copy, you can work yourself through that process and then go to the top again or expand the menu on the left to see what's next. That's a brief overview of the GISS standard publications, how they will be used in this course and on an incident.